So normally when it comes to significant natural disasters, we unite as a country. We talk in a bipartisan way about the delivery of resources. We shun disinformation generally. And someone like the public affairs spokesperson for FEMA is out there talking about where supplies are going, how it's getting there, and putting forward a very kind of direct, clear, and concise line of communication, which is so critical in emergencies. So we're joined by Jaclyn Rothenberg right now, the Director of Public Affairs and the spokesperson for FEMA. And your job and role not necessarily has had to shift over the past 24 to 48 hours, but you've also had to take on the role of combating a lot of disinformation that's been put out there on social media. And so your account has had to, in real time, rebut a lot of these lies that are out there. Can you talk about the evolving nature of that role? Is that something that you were prepared for and expected? And we'll start with there, and then we'll get into what people really need to know about the situation.
Sure. So thank you, Ben. Thank you for having me. As you said, this has become something that we have been more conscious of here at FEMA. We've seen in the past several cycles of disasters that misinformation has become more and more of a commonplace. What I want to make sure that I assure people listening to your channel is that FEMA is here to help. Behind me is the National Coordination Center, where all of the federal family is working around the clock 24/7 here in Washington, D.C. But then we're also on the ground. We have 4,500 federal personnel that are working across this multi-state disaster. And so the most important thing I really want people to know is that FEMA is able to provide assistance. President Biden approved an emergency declaration for Georgia, Florida, South Carolina, and North Carolina. And I want to make sure that we don't discourage people from applying for that assistance. That's why misinformation is so challenging for us, because we want as many people as possible to apply for assistance. People could apply at 1-800-621-3362. I also want to make sure that people go to disasterassistance.gov or download the FEMA app. We want to make sure that we reach as many people as possible, and that despite the information that is being misconstrued out there on social media and other platforms, we want to make sure we reach as many people as we can.
You've got a huge team of hardworking Americans right there. You know, we can see them behind you at the FEMA headquarters, all coordinating a ton of logistics that needs to happen here. So I could only imagine how frustrating it is when, you know, there are these messages from accounts that I don't even know who these people are, but all of a sudden they're getting millions of views and millions of posts. In the past, we wouldn't even see something like this. And you have to like respond to that, where you have someone like, I don't even know what this account is, Robbie Starbuck, who goes, I'm sure people who've lost loved ones, lost their homes, and now see their town underwater feel really great knowing that FEMA's #1 goal is to be woke. Everything about their terrible response makes sense now. What an embarrassment. And it's not just voices like Robbie Starbuck. You have Laura Ingraham and Fox and people like that who are echoing it as well. This was last night on Fox, and she was saying that the issue with FEMA right now is that it's got all this DEI going on. This is what happened last night. Play this clip.
Will they drop all their DEI regulations, any that still exist, to ensure that people get the help they need as fast as possible?
You know, you've responded to attacks like this. Can you respond here to our audience, and also just let us know also, like, do you even know what are they talking about?
I want everyone listening to hear it from me. FEMA helps all people before, during, and after disasters. FEMA helps people before, during, and after disasters is our mission statement. That is in every tagline. We help people regardless of background, people across all of these states that need assistance. Our goal is to get assistance into the hands of people who need it most, regardless of their background, and that's what we'll continue to do. When I hear the misinformation about FEMA only providing assistance to certain people, that's really hard to hear, because that's absolutely not true. We help people in every community where there's a federally declared disaster, and it's really it's really unfortunate that there's misinformation because that discourages people from applying for assistance. So I want to make sure that people apply for FEMA assistance. That's 1-800-621-3362. If we haven't heard from you, please call. Register on disasterassistance.gov. We want to make sure that we can help you get critical funding. We can help provide you with individual assistance to help repair your home. For if you're an entrepreneur and if your personal computer has been impacted, we can help pay for that. We can help you apply for all of these different types of programs and across the federal government so we can get you back on your feet.
So the governors in all the affected areas, regardless of political party, have all went on the record and said that they've been provided immediately by the administration, by FEMA, with all of the resources that they need. For those watching, you just listed some programs that could directly impact their lives. Small businesses, entrepreneurs, people making claims. These are pocketbook issues for people. So if you can, some people may not even know, the resources that are available to them and the types of things that they can actually apply for to, potentially deal with lost income and things like that. Can you go through just some of those things that you were just listing?
Absolutely. So we recently made changes to our individual assistance program. You can apply for individual assistance by going to disasterassistance.gov or by applying through the phone number I provided earlier. But what we do is we help people that are even underinsured. Let's say you have a home insurance policy and the damages to your home exceed what the insurance company is going to provide you with. We now offer up to the statutory limit, which is $42,500, for any additional assistance that you might need for your home that wasn't covered by your insurance. We also provide displacement assistance. Let's say that you want to go stay on a friend's couch because that's easier for you because you have pets and you can't take them to a hotel. We will now reimburse you for funding if you're displaced from your home. We also offer serious needs assistance. That's a one-time $750 payment for things like food, medicine, any immediate supplies that you may need. And the program continues. So we're really here to help people, like I said, entrepreneurs, independent business owners. SBA provides small business loans for people that need to get back on their feet. But really, we really want to make sure we're reaching as many people as possible.
And this is actually the government doing things for people. I mean, look, when we pay taxes, when we do things,
Exactly.
For me, it should not be about, this is me speaking, not you. It should not be about taking away things from us. It should be, what is it that you're providing and delivering to us? And you just listed a number of programs. And I think, frankly, this is why President Biden was so pissed yesterday when he was, pissed as President Biden can be. He's always cool and calm under pressure. But when he was asked some of these questions, like, I hear you're not doing this and you're not doing that, Biden's like, look, I don't care about me. Political people, they're going to take their shots. He's like, but for me, what this is about is I don't want those attacks to confuse people that there are resources available and that there needs to be clear lines of communications during situations like this. Let me just show you what President Biden said yesterday. Let's play the clip.
Mr. President and Governor Cooper, Donald Trump has accused both of you of ignoring the disaster.
He is lying. Let me get this straight. He's lying. And the governor told him he was lying. The governor told me he was lying. I've spoken to the governor, I spent time with him, and he told me he's lying. I don't know why he does this. And the reason I get so angry about it, I don't care about what he says about me, but I care what he communicates to the people that are in need. He implies that we're not doing everything possible. We are. And you spoke to the governor, I assume you heard the Republican governor of Georgia talk about that he was on the phone with me more than once. So that's simply not true, and it's irresponsible.
So finally, what's the message that you want to convey now as we kind of wrap up this interview to the American people, to those in the affected areas right now? We love clear lines of communication here on the MeidasTouch network, and that's why our interviews are longer than just kind of sound bites. So what do you want to leave people with knowing after this interview?
I want people to know that the people sitting behind me are working 24/7 around the clock to help you. There are people, we have 4,500 federal personnel that are on the ground in the field. Administrator Criswell says this best: we help people on their worst day. The reason why I love working at FEMA, because people are passionate. We are here to help people, and the entire federal family is here to support you. That's why I want to make sure that despite the distractions and despite the noise and misinformation on social media, please take the time to apply for FEMA assistance. It's 1-800-621-3362. I also want to make sure that if you're in North Carolina and you're still trying to reach a loved one, to call the Red Cross at 1-800-733-2767 or to call 211 to try to find the person you're getting in touch with. This is an ongoing response effort in North Carolina, and we're starting to see recovery take place in areas of Georgia, South Carolina, and Florida, among the other states that were impacted. And so I just want the American people to hear it from me and those in your network that we are here to help you. We're going to do whatever it takes for as long as it takes to help jumpstart your recovery. So please apply for assistance. We are here to help you, and I assure you that the Biden-Harris administration will be there for as long as it takes.
Jaclyn Rothenberg, Director of Public Affairs and spokesperson for FEMA. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
Everybody, make sure you hit subscribe. Let's get to 4 million subscribers this month. Thanks for watching.
Real quick, Meta just changed their algorithm to suppress political content. Please follow our Instagram at MeidasTouch right now as we head towards 400,000 followers so you don't miss a beat.